Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right. Wait, first let me shut this down. Otherwise, I'll get messages. Okay, I had to close down my online chatting. Okay, there's too many messages and a bunch of disturbance. Okay, this video is going to be more of one that might interest gamers, people who game, people who are into IT, or people who are into gaming and have knowledge of PC. And by the way, before I even go further, I'm not an expert on IT and PC parts, but I do have a little tiny bit of knowledge. Okay. So if I'm wrong anywhere, please, I encourage you, correct me, because this is one area where I totally depend on, uh, people that I know in my WhatsApp groups for PC and IT related stuff. Okay. The reason why I sat down this side is because I'll display the offer. Now, right now, there is one store in Samui or in Thailand. It's called JIB. Okay. They are very famous for computer parts, games, and whatever, computer builds and computer parts. So because I'm in their email list or whatever, this is what they shared with me. I'll just show you. It's mentioned in Thai baht, the amount that you can see, 138,900. Okay, that's the cost for this build, 138,900. Wait, let me just give you in US dollars how much is that. Thai baht to USD, 138,900. So it is 138,900. So that's 3,921. 3,921 US dollars, so 3,900 US dollars. Before it was 194,260. So before it was $4,200, 4,200. Now it is 13900. $4,200. Now it is $3,900. So $300 discount. Okay, which in Thailand is big. Okay, so the specs of this pre-build, they'll build it for you and send it to you. One is Intel Core i9, which is supposed to be the latest and fastest and the bestest. Okay. Then what is MSI MPG? I think that's a motherboard. Z790 Edge Wi-Fi DDR5. I don't know much about this motherboard. I know about the Intel iCore is okay, i9. Then the graphics card is MSI GeForce RTX 4090. That is supposed to be like the creme de la creme right now. Although it seems that cables were melting or some heat, some problem was there. I don't know if they've sorted it out, by the way. There's still rumors about it going on, especially if the room is very hot and you are playing prolonged. And there have been even people who have advised that don't keep it on like 24/7. When I was in Dubai and the electricity was normal, I used to keep my PC on, never switch it off. But here, the electricity fluctuates, so obviously I have to switch it off. Okay. Then there is the Crosshair Vengeance 32 GB. I think that's the RAM chips. Then WD Black 2 TB. I think that is the storage. Yeah. Okay. Then there is the thermal 1200 watts. Oh, that is the power thing. Some people are saying the power should be more. You can tell me your thoughts on that. And thermal take CERES 500 TG. Okay, I don't know what is that. That is a casing. Maybe that's the casing, yes. And finally, it is the core liquid S36 360 cooling. Now, out of the whole build, even though I'm not a professional IT guy, out of the whole build, the one thing that I absolutely hate, don't like, apart from the RGB nonsense, which I just got introduced to when I got back to gaming after ages. Like, what the hell is RGB? Like, I'll tell you more about it later. So I was like, let me tell you now only. When I went to the shop to buy my first build, the guy said, do you want that chips to have the memory chip to have RGB, or do you want this to have RGB? I said, what is RGB? Really, huh? This is hardly 5 years ago. I said, what is RGB? So he said, you know the colors, and so then I was really confused. I said, colors like what? He said, light, light, rainbow. So I said, for what? Like, does it make the computer faster? He said, no. This makes the computer look nice. I was really confused, huh? And then he actually had to show me a photograph and a couple of YouTube videos where they showed RGB. I was really scratching my head, and I asked him, like, why do people want this? Like, he told me it looks good. I was like, okay. I just found it very silly. It kind of reminded me, when these small children buy these shoes, and they have these, lights that emit from their shoes and they dance and all that. So it reminded me of that. And I felt it very silly. I thought this was only for children. Later on, when I came home and I searched, I was shocked to see that grown-ass adults even are crazy about this. There are people who literally have a gaming setup with customized light, like white or green or blue, and some computer programs are also there to regulate the light. I was like, oh, bloody hell, man, I didn't know this was a thing. Okay, so that was RGB. Now, the thing apart from RGB which I hate is this liquid cooling. That also I just got introduced to. For me, immediately, even though I'm not an IT guy, the first thought that came to my head is, you're talking of water in an electrical device. Water. Man, if you start getting water leaking, whole bloody thing can catch fire. I mean, who's stupid enough to have a device filled with water on an electrical device? It really didn't make sense to me. And then obviously I was shocked, not surprised, but there were so many incidents of leakage and sometimes just all the water coming out and all that. I'm like, yeah, dummy, it is so stupid. It seems that now the problem has been kind of sorted and they have a stringent quality measure where there is no leakage and all. But come on, there's always wear and tear. There's always a chance. There can be a crack. There can be loose connection. Something can happen. You just don't know. These are machines. Okay, so wear and tear is always there. So for me, the cooling liquid is an absolute no-no. I prefer the old-fashioned fan. And if it is too hot, I'll put on the AC. I don't mind putting an extra external fan with my AC on full, just to make sure my system will cool down. Okay. So anyway, this is what the specs are. Now, my first question to you is, if you were to buy this, and you could change anything, what would you change? For me personally, I think the first one is definitely, without a doubt, is the liquid cooling. That I don't want. I'm not too sure about the power of this thing. And then obviously memory, I think, should be put more. And someone did tell me in my group, I don't know who exactly it is. He told me there are some little bit, like, you can get it faster. And then obviously there were others who told me, see, October, November, Intel is going to come out with the faster chip. Then GeForce is going to come with the 50 series. And the minute they told me that, I was like, wait, 1 second, hold on. During COVID, we had the 30 series come out. Okay. In fact, within this last 5 years, from the, I think, 1090 or 10 whatever, then it went to 20 series, 20 whatever. And then immediately during COVID, it went to 30 series, and the prices were ridiculous because of this crypto mining madness, where there was no graphic card available. And that was the time when I actually bought my build. It has a AMD, I think, graphics card. I'll put the specs. I don't remember what model it is, but it's decent enough. But why I'm getting a little frustrated is when I'm playing Wolfenstein, there are certain frames that are, especially when there are too many characters and too many explosions and everything, is the frames are not up to the mark. I don't know what is wrong, so I had to lower it. It shouldn't be the case. Like, I'm playing an internet Steam game, so I was like, this is ridiculous. And now, when you thought 3090 was the gold standard, which cannot be beaten, they came out with the 40 series, and now it seems 4070 is, or one of them, 4060 or 4070 is a really bad reviewed product, but 4090 is, it seems the graphics card is so big, especially the Nvidia one. I don't know, these are the other companies with 3 fans, and so it seems this was supposed to be like the highlight. But now here's a problem. And this is the same question I asked with one other guy. His name is, I can't even forget. I think his name is Alex. Yeah. Not Alex. Vishwa, I think his name is. Vishwa Das. They are kind of experts in the IT in my group. I asked them this question. See, listen. Okay, when you're talking of 30 hertz, 24 hertz to 30 hertz, the frames, like it goes to 60 hertz, fine, you can see the difference. But once it crosses 120 hertz, and then it goes to 144 hertz, and then it goes to 160 hertz, can you actually tell the difference that much? In fact, I was watching a professional gamer. Linus Tech Tips had this experiment done with professional gamers. Okay, from 60 to 120 hertz, yes, you can make out the difference. But when you're talking of 144 hertz to 165 hertz, you can't really make out the difference. And now it seems they're come out with what, 240 hertz? What the hell is going on, man? Can the human eye, can the human body, human eye, human brain, can it actually see the difference? Can you actually make out the difference between 165 hertz and 240 hertz when playing a game? Because when you play a game, all of a sudden, first, yeah, you're searching for the differences, but when you're playing a game, you get immersed in it and you totally forget how many hertz is what, unless, of course, there's sputtering and all that nonsense, or there is the screen tear. Just like, the TV I bought 120 hertz. Then now I've come to know there's 165 hertz. I thought I bought the latest one with 4K, and then he told me there is 8K. So then I asked him, how many movies are out in 8K? He said, there's hardly. Then why would anyone buy 8K? So it really is not making sense. I'm like, man, what the hell is going on here? Like, the next models are very expensive. It's like the prices have gone so high, it is ridiculous. Okay. But now every time a newer model comes, they price it even higher. But then the question is, can you actually feel the difference? Like, for example, I'll give you a small example. I'm using a iMac, which I purchased in 2020, I think. And then I have the 2023 iMac Studio. Okay. So 2019 and 2023. Now, let's say a 30-minute video that I'm putting in Final Cut Pro, uploading like this one. A 30-minute video. Maybe before, if I use the older model, it would take me, say, 30 minutes. Now I have the iMac 2020 model. From 30 minutes, it's going to give me 15 minutes. Very good. Then I bought the fastest one that I can. From 30 minutes, 15 minutes, now maybe 7 minutes. But now the question is, at what point where even if they have the fastest computer, at what point does the cost and the benefit start stretching so wide that it doesn't make any sense? Like, I can literally buy a $55,000. This cost me $6,000. There is a $55,000 state of the art build. Now, from 7 minutes, maybe it'll give me 3 minutes. But then the question is, if I make 3 videos a day, it takes 45 minutes, and I have the fastest PC or the fastest iMac. Instead of 45 minutes, it gives me in 10 minutes. Okay? Where is 45 minutes? Where is 10 minutes? But then I have to upload the video, right? And that depends on the internet connection. So obviously, I'll have to have the fastest. But even if it uploads, I still have to design the thumbnail. I still have to write the description. I still have to make sure that I plan things out in such a way that the video would get at least some amount of mileage. That, I'm a human being. I can't work like a computer. I can only do it at a particular speed. So even if, let's say, the computer reaches where you can have a video output in 1 minute, just assume instead of 30 minutes, 1 minute, and you can upload also in just 1 minute. But then rest of the work you have to do, no? You have to make the thumbnail, the description, that takes time. So for me, personally, at 45 minutes is okay, because as one video is uploading, I'm writing the description, putting the meta tags, I'm designing the thumbnail. So by the time one video is over, the next one is ready. Then I upload that, and the next one is ready. I upload that. So it works smooth. I'm not a multi-million-dollar studio where we are having 400 images that have to be rendered at the same time with the computing power of, let's say, 5 warehouses. I don't need that. I do not have like 50 or 20 displays like some Batman or Matrix movie. Just have one monitor, man. So the point I'm trying to imply here is, at what point do this company, Intel or Nvidia or all these companies, where they're trying to make it faster and faster and faster and better graphics and better frames, and at what point does the human mind, the human brain and the eyes stop seeing any difference? In fact, the GoPro that I have, I purchased the GoPro Hero 8. Then GoPro Hero 9 came, 10 came. I think now it's 11 or 12 or some 13. And even though I wanted to buy more cameras, I ended up buying the GoPro Hero 8 only, because the battery is the longest among all of them. And the reason for that is the latest models have a display in the front which kills the battery faster. So it's the most robust, it's the most stable, and gives me maximum mileage. And obviously, because I have 4 cameras and 16 batteries, so the same charging unit, same cables, I don't have to change cables like Apple. Every year, new cable, every year, new connector, every year, new, because obviously they have to sell. So I think my thoughts go towards, or rather my curiosity is, at what point does this upgrade prove to be pointless? From 120 hertz, you buy 144 hertz, then 165 hertz. I mean, where do you stop? Do you go at 240 hertz? 480 hertz? Like, at what point you stop seeing the difference? I'm very sure, if someone were to show you 165 hertz and 240 hertz, I don't think you can tell the difference. I'm pretty sure, even though I'm not an IT guy, unless you are hardcore educated and you have experience and you know what to look for. Like the 4K and 8K videos, I could see a little bit of difference, obviously, because the brightness and the latest model. But otherwise, if I were to just see like QLED and OLED, I don't think I'd be able to make much difference unless the guy really told me that this is an older model or newer model. By the way, OLED gives you blacks, which are much better. QLED is better for a brighter room. I'd done my research that time and I chose the OLED because much more contrasty colors. So anyway, my major question to you, if you have stuck so long, number one is, what would you change in this build? The second one is, and yeah, what do you recommend? Do put it down if you feel like. But make sure that it's available here in Thailand. Don't give me something that is available only in USA. And please don't tell me, wait until next year where the 50 series come. Then next year when I want to buy, then you'll say, wait until the 60 series come. And then you'll be like, wait until the 70 series. It'll never end. Okay, FYI. So one is, what would you change in this? The second one is, at what point do these upgrades reach a point of like negative returns, man? Like the cost is going higher and higher, but the improvement is becoming very, very tiny. It's like the smartphones. I mean, now if you actually look at it, smartphones have reached a point where the level of improvement from the previous model is so small, so tiny, you can't even notice it anymore. And that's why the only thing which was left is foldable phones, and now they're doing stretchable phones, even laptops. It has reached a point where now only gimmick laptops, dual screen and stretch the screen, and they tried a tablet, disconnect and all that. So I just feel we have reached a point of saturation over there where the human mind and the human eyes can't see the difference unless you're doing something so hardcore and heavy where it saves. Like, is it worth spending $20,000 or something just to save 5 minutes of your time for a video? From 5 minutes to 4 minutes? Yeah, so this is what I wanted to share with you guys, and just want to take your opinion. Let me know, what are your thoughts? Do you think it made sense? Because I really feel, I think we have reached that point where I don't think we need more computing power. In fact, as a closing statement, I asked most of my guys in the WhatsApp groups what graphics cards they were using. Many of them, to my surprise, they still game at 1080p, 1080, whatever. Like, we keep the graphics low because most of the people can't afford this 4090 series. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You agree, disagree? I love to, hear your point of view. You guys take care. This is me signing off.